What are some of the details you guys are really focusing on? I know that was a talk after the game a lot.
Oh, every man in their gap. Stuff I talk about every week in here. There's nothing mystical to it. Every man in their gap, coming down, making plays, getting hats to the football, raking at the football, standard defensive things.
How does that playoff game from last year impact your prep this year? Is it a motivator? Do you much take with it?
I mean, it's good film to watch. Anytime you have 3 games in 1 year against a team, it's a lot of good film to watch, especially when you have 2 of them, one in December, one in January. It's all good film to watch, especially from a matchup standpoint. Obviously, they're a different team, we're a different team, but schematically you can kind of see some things that they could potentially do against us.
TJ, the Bills ran a lot of the zone week last week. I know you said you kind of have to be just a team, no superhero ball. Is there anything specific to that concept that you guys have to do better, or is it the same principles?
We need to play it better. We need to be able to make plays when they do it. I'd like to think that we'd be able to make the plays. Can't just keep doing the same thing and expect different results.
Does Lamar seem like typical Lamar? I know he's been banged up a lot this year, but from what you've seen, still kind of the usual guy.
I'm approaching him, and we're approaching him like he's the Lamar that we've known this whole time. I mean, the guy's dynamic. He's a dynamic runner next to him. He has dynamic playmakers. They have a really stout offensive line, so there's a lot of weapons. And he's playing really good football.
You're frustrated about them running similar plays over and over again. You guys not having success against that. How similar is what the Ravens do? They run some similar concepts to what you saw last week with the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, there's standard runs that everybody in the NFL runs. So I mean, we know these guys. They know us. It's divisional play. It's Steelers versus Ravens. Everybody knows what you're going to get. It's just hard-nosed football. We need to have every man in their gap, every man coming up, making plays, doing our jobs, and once we get hats to the ball, trying to rake the football and create turnovers, things like that.
I feel like not many fullbacks will go out there and block an edge rusher one-on-one, but they do that sometimes with this guy, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for Ricard. I think when we've faced him a lot over the years, I think he's done a tremendous job of evolving as his career goes on. He can pass block, he can run block. They put him in motion a lot. Just a true utility piece for their offense.
Your brother's noted as he kind of got older, he changed his approach to pass rushing and training as he lost some explosiveness. Do you feel the same way about that? And how has your approach maybe changed as you kind of aged?
I'm just trying to win, man.
TJ, do you have any thoughts on the Players Association looking to change the surface of fields moving forward? They're going to start voting on it and making the surfaces uniform across the league.
I know nothing about it, honestly.
What is this honor of just being the club nominee?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I'm just so humbled, so grateful, and honored to be able to be the nominee for this team, for the Steelers. And a lot of things that I do in the community, it's not about the recognition. I just I feel like I've had a servant heart. I was raised that way, to have a servant heart, and so I know that the main reason I have this platform is to be a blessing to others, and so I feel like that's why the Lord has blessed me with this platform, so that I can serve others and bless others.
You've been nominated for this. You've been nominated for the Sportsmanship Award. You've won the Chief Award from us. I mean, what do these things mean to you, I guess, regardless of how many sacks you get in a given game or what have you?
I mean, just knowing that my purpose here just goes far beyond the field, far beyond football. Football is what I do. It's not who I am. My identity is in Christ and who He says I am, and so everything I do is just to bring glory to Him. And so, like I said, I'm grateful to be nominated for this.
Alex, you say you don't do it for recognition. What is your family reaction to when you get nominated for these?
I mean, it was cool. My parents being there for the nomination as well. When Charlie surprised me, was pretty cool. And so, my wife had known for about a whole week or so before. They surprised me, and so my parents were there. Her parents were there as well. So it was just a special moment. Like I said, my parents have really instilled that in me from a young age, and so that's the reason I've done stuff with the foundation and why we started that my second year here in the league, and so I'm just grateful.
Is Charlie a guy that you look to for guidance in those things too?
Yeah, absolutely. Because he was a nominee himself as well, and so he's done a lot here in the Pittsburgh community. He's made a huge impact, with his foundation, and so like I said, I kind of reach out to him for some advice with our foundation as well. And And so he's someone that I definitely look up to in that way.
As far as the Ravens, you've had some really good games against them over the years, some big moments. Is it something about the way they play that plays into your skill set, or do your eyes just light up for these rivalry games?
Yeah, I
How
mean,
do you
this
explain
is this is Ravens Steelers, and it's it's a big rivalry for a reason. All the history and all the great players that have played in this series. So I think this one just there's a little extra juice with this one, and so if you're not amped up for this one, it's something you gotta look inside yourself. So I think for me, this is always a big matchup, and we know how big it is this week just because we're fighting for first place in the North, and so we had a chance to close it out there last year, and so we got a chance to be in the driver's seat this year by going to get a win.
Like you had mentioned, has January been fuel for you guys this week?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like I said, we didn't get the job done when we were down there last year, so we just got to go in and obviously do better than we did last year. And in the day, the most physical team is going to win. I think that's really the message, is that guys who are being the most physical, controlling the trenches, controlling a lot of scrimmage, I think is going to win this game. So, like I said, we got to stop the run first and foremost, and then get after the pass.
The Bills hit you guys with a lot of their weak zone stuff last week. Is there anything specific to that concept that you guys need to do better to slow down those cutback lanes?
Yeah, I mean, I think just like I said, just being more physical, getting off blocks. I think we just all got to be better. Everyone's got to look themselves in the mirror. I got to be better. And I think that was just kind of the message that we've had this week in the locker room, is that everyone ain't no finger pointing, ain't none of that. Like, everyone's got to take accountability and know that they can be better. And so I think that's just really the message, is that we all got to be better, and we're going to this week. But I think it's, like I said, the most physical team is going to win this game.